Nicolas DeCloedt, an internationally trained chef who developed a style of cooking that is guided by botanical research and foraged edibles, talks about vegan charcuterie with Maxime Willems, a food technologist and founder of Foodlab and incubator Proef, helping food makers innovate and co-create.
Yeah, it's something that you don't link together that well, I think. Vegan and charcuterie, you have perhaps a different feel and a different idea about it, but it does exist. It does exist, and we're going to have some people on stage in a moment who are going to talk about that. What's so special? What's the process? What do we have to do, or what can we expect from that? I'm going to check in with those guys later. What you can expect in this part of the show is some traveling. We're going to travel to South Korea to get some flavors over there. We're going to do loads of stuff that's really interesting to you. And as you know, this is only the first session of Eating the Gap. The next sessions are at 3 and at 6, I've understood. So that's what's coming up next. Now, let's see how that works, vegan charcuterie. Maxime?
Hello.
Hey, welcome on the stage.
Thank you.
Yeah, the link and vegetables and charcuterie, it's not an obvious link. That's a given.
No, that's not a given, but it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Charcuterie has the definition of being meat-based.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we took actually more the technique of charcuterie and translated it into vegetables, basically.
Right.
And what is the technique of charcuterie is actually curing in mold of a certain meat part, but it can be done with vegetable, and that's what we're trying to show today as well.
Cool. You've applied it on beetroot, I understood. Is this it?
This is the beetroot, and we applied it on celeriac as well.
Okay.
So
let's start with the beetroot and
which are a bit hard.
Okay.
And so it keeps their, as you can see here, it keeps their shape as well.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent of either coppa or prosciutto or pata negra.
Yeah.
And together with Nicolas, we're gonna apply this in a dish as well.
Yeah. So how do you go about that? Because this is this? Can you? Can you say this is a new technique, or is this something that's been refined during the ages, or how?
This is a very old technique, actually. Yeah?
Right.
We took some of the cues, let's say, from the craftsmanship of meat, basically, and we applied it to a vegetable. But this has been done for a very, very long time. Not on vegetables, not a lot. Since a couple of years, people start doing it.
Yeah.
And but the principle of curing or injecting mold into a substrate, let's call it this way, has been done for a lot of time.
Yeah. What's your experience now doing that on vegetables?
It's very exciting because we get a lot of new data, basically on flavor, on texture, and a lot of way of communicating between chefs. I'm a biologist and food technologist.
Right.
Nicolas is a chef, and by doing so, we rediscover ingredients, basically. And we have a new toolbox. We really use microorganisms and molds as the new pepper and salt, and really use the technique to discover new ways of eating vegetables.
Yeah, because that's the thing, the vegetables, everyone knows those vegetables, but the use of those vegetables, that's what's different here, right, Nicolas?
Yeah, for sure. So, and that's what we aim to do with the restaurant. We try to show people that you can do something else. You can go beyond just put some vegetable in water, boil them, and eat them. You know, we really try to like give an extra and do the research that most chefs do, but only on fish and meat.
Yeah.
And so we see vegetables as a ingredient, and that we try to get the best out of everything.
Yeah. How much experience do you have with this process?
This process was new to us when we started. Actually, it's pretty funny. We spoke to each other like last year, and it's like we said, we contacted Maxime. We've been working together for a couple of years, and we said like, together with Caroline, my partner, like we would like to have charcuterie, but based on vegetables. And then Yeah, so it was pretty easy to find a good topic for today because actually it was already like somewhere in the air, like you even can see on the picture.
Yeah.
So,
Really, literally in the air. Yeah, perhaps we can check out the pictures a little bit. Can you tell us what we see here?
So this is really at the beginning,
Right.
Of the process. So the beets have been baked pretty much, and after baking them, we smoked them into birchwood and hay. And after baking them, we cured them, we fermented them in a salt brine, just like we do with meat.
Right.
And then these were inoculated with spores, with Koji aspergillus luchensis spores of a mold, basically.
Yeah. So that's a koji that's been added.
That's behind it. These are the spores, actually, and they will have their life cycle and do their biology and grow on the substrate, on the beet, and then work their magic, basically.
Okay.
And add flavor and transform the substrate of the beets. And you see them growing, actually, you see here. Actually, that is the mold growing, like you would find in any maybe marché in the south of France on sausages. You see the mold growing on the beet, and then they start shredding enzymes and transforming the beet and adding flavor. And then finally, this have been done for like 48 hours in our special curing chamber.
Yeah, it takes time.
It takes a lot of time, yes. Yeah. And after that, we dry them, like you can see on the picture there, until they are the right texture and consistency and flavor, and with a specific humidity and a specific time, which we pretty much developed together.
Right. Okay, let's see what our chef is preparing right now.
So we have the celeriac, and so after the process that he explained, I stuffed it with quince compote.
Okay.
And so we made kind of a ravioli with it. So here it's already made, and it's just that, ravioli, pretty easy. So we really wanted to have the idea of the charcuterie. This is the juice of our homemade gherkins.
Oh, okay.
So each summer we make our gherkins, another fermentation. So charcuterie and gherkins, well, a really nice combination. So that's why we took it together.
Yeah.
Maxime, he's gonna pour a little bit around, or even on top. So we're gonna flavor our charcuterie. Yeah, perfect. And last thing is the bay leaf oil, and then just a few drops around in the
for the finishing touch. Or,
finishing touch.
Yeah. And not only visual, but in taste as well, I think.
Yeah,
right?
It's really, so that's what we try to do as well with the restaurant. So we try to not to complicate things too much. We really try to get to the flavor, to the essence of things.
Right. Yeah, and that's I guess that the people that are visiting your restaurant, and that's what they come for as well. That it's simple, but really taste-wise explicit and really exciting as well.
That's what we aim. So it has, the flavor has to be right, the texture has to be right, and that's what's really interesting here. Flavor-wise and texture-wise, it's really different from what we know. So you're really in those meaty associations, and that's what makes it really tremendous.
Yeah. So how exciting is it to make this? It's really, because you have something new to offer people. How thrilled are you about that?
Always. We always like to surprise people. When people come to a restaurant, they want to have an experience. And that's what we try to do from the first moment when they come in. You welcome them, and then we just take them on a journey. Yeah. And that's what we always explain. We take them on a journey through our universe.
Yeah, well, as soon as restaurants can open again, you have to take that journey to your restaurant. Thanks, guys, for the explanation. It was really enlightening as well. And yeah, good luck with this kind of process, because it's gonna, it broadens the palette of what people can get. And that's always a good thing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Here at Eating the Gap.